My name is Terry Messenger, and I am a master trainer coach. And I work with neuro-linguistic programming, kinesiology, breath work, and of course, clinical hypnosis. My work has now moved into high priestess work, and I stand for political social justice, that everyone has the absolute right to rise and become all that you want to be. And this is where the awakened leader was born. The awakened leader was born after 14 years of me being in an immersion of the most epic modalities. And through my creatrix, that is my creative power, I worked out how to do a blend of the most powerful modalities and make change to people's lives so quickly, easily, and effortlessly. And yet, each modality comes from a different school of thought. And I have brought them together like a synchrony orchestra. So now I'm going to commence, and we are going to go into a relaxed state. So I'm going to ask you to be somewhere comfortable where you have time and space to yourself to really work on your absolute epic, on your epic blueprint. So just allow me to set the mood for you. And just take some deep breaths and just feel yourself coming in from your stomach and rising. And let's set the mood. Here we are. Okay. So as I set the mood, I want you to know that we are in a universal space, a universal space. And this is where frequency is going to change for the better. We're going to rise. We are going to rise up, and we are going to bring into our being a code of frequency that you truly desire. So the power of intention would have me to ask you the question, what would you truly love to activate? If you could consider an activation process that you would truly love to be, what is it? Do you need to be richer? Do you need to call in the right relationships? Do you need to be more confident? Do you need to have a certain amount of recognition so that you feel truly important? Do you need more courage? Do you need more power? Do you need to expand your mind? I don't want you to think about what is holding you back. We will get to that. I want you to think about what you can have, and perhaps you can see it in someone else, and you know that this could potentially lift and raise the lid. Now, as you begin to set that intention, you can just call that in now, and I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in through your nose. That's right. And hold and hold. And I want you to hold it for as long as you can, and just see how I'm clenching my thumb and my index finger. Hold it together and press while you're holding. And then I'm going to get you to release out. And then Now, the reason we do that is because it is a vibrational rising. So now I'm going to get you to set that intention again, and you're going to see yourself in that activation process with courage, with power, living into your light, living into your love, living into your greatest most amazing power. I want you to imagine that you can see yourself on a big screen. And this is such a massive activation process. And on the count of 3, as you look, I want you to breathe in through your nose, in and hold, pressing your fingers together and looking up. Look up towards the heavens, even though I want you to know you are attracting in from the heavens, holding, and I'm going to get you to make a sound so that you can send the frequency out. And then into the vibration. I'm now going to get you to place both hands behind your neck. This is the occiput position. And I want you to just hold your hands behind your neck and really stretch your chest right out so that you are really opening up your solar plexus, and begin to just move your body and look up and see yourself. See yourself as you are. See the way you look. See the way that you are. See how you look and feel. And this is a position that is going to ground you. Now I would like you to place one hand on your collarbone. So right there on your collarbone, and drop it underneath and look up to yourself, to your imagined future self that we are going to bring into being, and just allow yourself to just tap into this part with your other hand, placing it behind your occiput. This centers you, and I'm just going to ask you to look up and breathe. Breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe in, hold it. Now tighten your core muscles of your stomach. Hold it. Tighten the lower pelvis area. Hold it. Hold it. And now breathe out with that big sigh. Now move into the vibration. Okay, that's excellent. All right, now just have a bit of a shake out. Now let's just move your body a bit, you guys. Move your body. And you know the power of breath work and the power of movement, and what I do and how I teach it in High Priestess work is what moves you at the speed of light and allows you to become so empowered so quickly, so easily, and so effortlessly. So how are we doing? Are we ready for the next section to get rid of any low frequency energy that is holding you back? Now I want to see a yes and good morning to you all as you are joining me. And I want to get a sense of a yes if you would like to do a clearance, because this activation is a free activation that I'm offering with the invitation to the awakened leader. So if I get some yeses, and then what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to now set the intention. There is something in your life that is holding you back. There is something in your frequency that you are emotionally feeling blocked. Now, maybe this is lacking in your confidence to be able to step out into your power. Maybe it is a lack in your just that total ability to be able to perhaps have the skill sets to do all the things you want in life, because perhaps you feel scattered, perhaps you feel overwhelmed, perhaps your memory is not sharp. I want you to begin to tap into what is holding you back. Maybe you have a poverty mindset, and you have this poverty mindset that is really holding you back and preventing you from moving forward. So whatever it is, whether it is a lack of confidence, a lack of courage, maybe you experience way too much sadness or loneliness. Maybe you're an empath and you are constantly picking up on the vibrational energy of the world, and you're constantly rescuing and people pleasing and overdoing, and as a result you are left depleted. Whatever that element, whatever your pain is that you can just trust that will come up and flash up to you now, that is holding you back, I want you to bring that to the forefront. And I'm going to ask you to move your higher self off to the right hand side so it goes up into the galaxies. So it goes up and it starts to spin, and it's going to have a connection with the sun. And that connection with the sun is going to alchemize, it's going to raise the frequency, it's going to do all the work, while all you need to do is stay right here with me. Now, I want you to know that we do not look at knowing too much. We look at faith, and we look at the subconscious energy frequency work in this high priestess work, which means that you are going to have the opportunity to just sense things in shape, color, sound, because it's far easier, and that's the frequency code. So we have codes, and I'm going to create codes that are going to connect with the higher self of confidence, power, courage, of you being awakened to be all that you deserve to be. So those will be just coded. So we will do that in a while. In the meantime, bring in that part of you that has been holding you back. The low frequency, the sadness, the lack of courage, the lack of skill sets because you don't feel smart enough, or you're overwhelmed, or you're scattered. I want you to consider whatever that is, whatever it is. Maybe you are in fear about the unknown. You're in fear about what people are going to say if you go forward, or you're holding yourself back. We all know that this is what the awakened leaders that you see in the world do. They become everything and all of themselves. And I want you to have that ability to do exactly the same thing. If you are hearing me, show me some hearts, likes, or put it down into the comments, and let's begin. So in this is a tapping exercise. We're going to start by tapping, and I'm going to get you to make sure you have that block. You don't have to go looking for anything profound. Just allow that to naturally come up so you can know what you are dealing with. Lack of courage, fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, fear of lack of love, fear of death, fear of sickness, ill health, whatever it is, bring that in and see that. That's a part of you. That is not you. That's just a part. And I want you to now tap your ears, tap yourself on each ear, and as you tap yourself, I want you to look at that part, and I want you to say after me, I dissolve, clear, and transmute. Now take a deep breath in, raise your eyes up, hold, and breathe out. Now as you breathe out, imagine it goes further away from you. Excellent. Now I want you to now move your hands to your eyebrows and say after me, I dissolve, clear, and transmute that energy, that frequency, that behavior, that problem. Take a deep breath in, look up, that's right, and breathe out. Now notice it's going even further out into the galaxies. It's going further away from you. Now in the middle of your forehead, I decree to dissolve, clear, and transmute that energy, that frequency, and release it now, looking up. Breathe in And remove your hand so you can breathe it away, out. Very good. Now, where we actually went through to the collarbone, this is here. I want you just to feel into that, just drop below the collarbone. And I want you to see that frequency, that old frequency. And I want you to say after me, I decree to dissolve, clear, and transmute this old energy, this behavior. And I want you to take a deep breath in, looking up to the heavens, and breathe out. Notice it's going further and further and further away from you. Okay, so now we're going to move to the chin. And I want you to say after me, I decree to dissolve, clear, and transmute this old energy, this old frequency, this old behavior. Breathe in through the nose, look up, that's right, and breathe out so it goes further again. And just allow it to go even further. Okay, now just underneath your nose, tapping. I decree to dissolve, clear, and transmute that frequency, that problem, that behavior. Look up, breathe in, and move your hand and breathe out. Now, as it goes up into the galaxies, I want you to see it spinning. It's kind of spinning, and it's spinning in its own way, its own light. I want you to notice the shape of it. I want you to notice the color of it. I want you to notice how it is moving right away. And as it moves so far into the distance, what I want you to see is it becomes very tiny, like a little speck. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you're going to control it with your eyes. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your eyes around in a big circle. So taking your eyes all the way around and thinking about that old energy. So if it was fear, if it was lack of courage, if it was uncertainty, if it was fear of being judged, people pleasing, if it was affecting your mind, your memory, whatever that was for you, I want you to think about that and just turn it around with your eyes, big circles around and around and around. Okay, now just come back to here. Now I want you to look to one ear sharp with your eyes, and I want you to imagine it moving because you've got control over it now. Now to the other ear, and now back to the center, and to the ear, to the other ear, back to the center. Now allow it to go up, controlling it to go up and dropping it down, up and then down, up and then down. This is very important, you guys, because we're recoding this and we're doing it very easily. We're doing it at the speed of light. Now we're going to go around in any circle that you want. Just take it around and around and around and around and around, and then stop it, and then around and around and around and around, and stop it. Now up and then down, up, now to the side, each side to the ears, back to central. Notice how tiny it is. Notice the color of it. Notice the whole coding of that. And what I want you to do now is I want you to change the color. I want you to make the color a completely different color. For even how tiny and what a speck it is, I want you to change the shape so you can see the shape. It's a completely different dynamic. So all you're doing is recoding this. We're recoding this with your mind. We're recoding this. And as you recode it, see that change. And now just allow that to go up into the galaxies. And I want you to thank it. I want you to now bring yourself in, take a deep breath in through your nose, close your eyes. And as you hold, just tighten every part of your body. As you hold that new energy, this new frequency, and breathe out with a big sigh. purse your finger and your thumbs together, and now after me. Now just one more thing. Now I want you to know that you're created you've just decoded something. You've just completely decoded something. So what I want you to do now is I'm going to get you to move your body. So your whole body is made up of your filing cabinet. So all your cells of your body are going to take in this new light. I'm going to get you to bring in the new powerful you. Now, the awakened leader, of course, is about making this a reality. It's about coding every cell of your body so you can stand in your power. So what I want you to do is I want you to bring that picture of you, seeing it right in front of you, even if it is the way you see someone else that's got everything you want. It could be an image of a personality, the kind of tenacity, the quality of character and skills. I want you to allow all of those inspirations to come into your spirit. And I'm going to ask you to open up the crown of your head so you will open your wisdom. And to do this, I'm going to get you to breathe in. And now open up the crown of your head, looking up to the heavens, and hold your breath. And I'm going to get you to allow this new color energy to come in through the crown of your head. And this time, as this color comes into the crown, you're going to breathe out and you're going to move your whole body. And I'm going to shake for you and show you. And it comes down. Keep going, you guys. Just move your body any way you can, okay? Now, if you couldn't move, I'd be asking you to imagine that you're doing it, because that's just as good. Just about anyway. So just moving it, shifting energy, moving energy. And I'm going to ask for the guidance of the angels to give you the wisdom today, to open up your mind, to allow your heart to be full and overflowing. I ask for the angels to surround us collectively so that there is a light that is now around us, and that you are holding space collectively in this vortex of high vibrational energy. And I ask for the downloads to come to you, that in this process that I am going to share with you today, if this is enlightening to you, if this is soul calling to you, if this is aligning to you, that you will know exactly what to do. And yet, if it's not, it's okay. So whatever the best for the better of the human race, for your life, the life of all those you love and care for, I ask now for divine providence. So just breathing in through your nose. If you agree with that prayer, breathing out, repeat after me. I am wise. I am divine. I am now blessed. I am now receiving. I receive, and so it is done. And I want you to see that vision of yourself, and with the download of someone who inspires you. And I want you to see how you look as you operate, as it's you operating with the same skill sets as that role model. It could be a queen, a king. It could be someone from history. Notice how they are, how they connect, how they move their body, their tone of their voice, how they hold themselves. And I want you to just allow yourself to see that right there. And I want you to know that all of this and more you are going to embrace, because any awakened leader has the power and the divine sense to know who they are at a core cellular level. And so with all of that, I'm going to ask you to divinely state after me, this is done. I have released the old that I have intended today. I also understand that there was a higher purpose. The higher purpose was to keep me safe. And I thank it. I thank for the higher purpose. And now I ask for divine providence to see that version of me and to understand that I will be able to be opened up to having exactly these traits, these skills, these habits. And if it so shall be that I will proceed and do the program, I will be able to open myself up to being a light to the world. I will be able to congruently be all of me, embracing all of me with downloads, with the ability to go into my community, into my field, into my work as a light worker, as a coach, as a service provider, a business person, a teacher, a nurse, a doctor, a business person. Whoever you are, as an influencer, you will take this into your world and you will be so indoctrinated with being all of you that whatever you do will turn to gold. And that is my free sequence, little short free sequence for today. And now I'm going to show you a slideshow. So stay with me while I change my background. And there is a reason that I have my backgrounds, and that is for the purpose that it is visual to the eye. I see myself here. And so as you see, what you see and what you experience is really a lot to do with your frequency. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go into a screen share. So let me just bring up my beautiful slideshow. And, you know, this is just incredible what technology does today and how powerful it is. And I just want to be able to share my screen. And let me know when it's shared. And as that happens, the awakened leader to activate your divine gift into the fullest expression of your core higher self. I don't know about how many of you lived a life similar to me, where I was so desperate to be loved, valued, and belonged that I lost myself. You know, there were so many times in my life where I realized I'd allowed myself to be a doormat. I even allowed myself to follow the path that I thought would help me to be accepted in other people's eyes, just to find that quite often the rug would be pulled from under my feet. This program is about ascension. It is going to ascend you into your greatest success, which is the advancement of your spiritual awakening to tap into your genius. Now, this is about activating your personal power. Now, your personal power is different to your peers. It's different to the people that you are close to. It's different to myself and everyone. You have a personal power. And that's why, even as a coach, the way that I teach it in the elite coaching program, there is no competition because everybody else has been taken. There is only one you in the world. And when I teach people how to be all of them and come into their personal power and unleash their authentic confidence and courage, that is when everything changes. So the way that I do this, and I know this to be true, is that each tier of my program offers, of course, at the absolute rock solid level, the ability to be able to release fear. That is, you know, putting you into a position where you're exerting energy that can wear people out. I know that I would be more worn out and lethargic and exhausted by my mind than my physical body. So, you know, the mind is impacting our whole being, you guys. And so instead of being stuck, this is the time for you to embody all of yourself, even with that little technique that I just did for you as a snippet, okay? What that really, really brings is the ability for you to embody. You embody who you are, because when you embody, when you don't run, if you run away from the lion's going to come after you because it's going to be attracted to you because you're giving it energy. Energy goes where your attention flows. So this is about embodying all of your parts, owning them. And if you've had trauma in your life like myself and most people, then there's parts of your soul that's wounded. That means that there's hidden parts. It's like your soul is this beautiful, bright neon light. And we all have a soul. Let's face it, even if you're not into the woo-woo stuff, we all have a soul. So what happens is when we have trauma, when we have, you know, situations that tarnish the way that we feel about ourselves, what happens is this tarnishes your soul and it closes you off. So that's a closed part. So what this is about, it's about awakening it. It's about fanning it into flames. It's about really coming back to your soul, total, 100% authentic, full expression. So this is about discovering your inner light, because you know what, guys, your darkness, I know that if I hadn't gone through the trauma I had as a child, I was beaten up at the age of 8 by a cousin and left me wounded. And then I didn't have that support. I didn't feel supported because nobody wanted to believe that my own cousin could beat me to a pulp that way. I actually had what I consider now is a head injury, because you can't have a head that comes out swollen that big without some impact. So that caused a lot of things looking back in my life where I know that I had so much feelings of lack of support, where I felt unimportant. And, you know, all of these things through my teenage years and all of the decisions that I made, and even my failed first marriage, which I am so grateful for, because I am grateful for all of the darkness, because your darkness is about to be cracked open so you can let the light come in. And that's what it's all about. It's healing your soul wounds. So this is about embodying the playful part of you too. And as you finally crack the jackpot, your sacred divine service will come through. You see, what happens here is it has a ripple effect. I know this because testimonial after testimonial. I had one coach in my elite coaching program who said, Terry, every single part of my life has literally upgraded. You know, from the time she activated her intention to come into my program, she said, I've got more clients in that 1 week than I had in a whole year in the previous year. She's had doors of opportunity that have opened to her. She's had new elements coming to her, but she's open, she's not blocked. And this is what happens. So it's time to take the lid off your own gold mine, because you know what? I don't care what you say or think. I don't care how much money you've got in your bank or you haven't got in your bank. Unless you're a trillionaire, you could be sitting on your own gold mine. And let me tell you, it is not about dollars and cents. This is about rich, virtuous prosperity that comes from the inside and then evolves out. So you are a light to the world. And yes, you will polarize people. There will be people that suddenly leave. I've noticed that this happens, that, you know, if you are destined to have a failed relationship with someone, or if you are destined for a position in your life to change, and it may seem absolutely devastating at the time. And I know I've had that. I lost a ministry in the church. I had the rug pulled from under my feet. I felt like I lost a whole community. I was down and out, and I thank God for it today. If it didn't happen, I would not be in the position that I am. So what you've got to understand is that when you do make this kind of change, and this is a disclaimer because some of you may not want to do this for this reason, it is going to fast track your destiny. Fast track your destiny, you guys. What I mean by that is if there are relationships that are going to break down, or if there is a job that you're going to lose, or if there's devastating things that's going to happen, it's going to happen sooner than later. How do I know this? Because I've watched it happen for 14 years. It's just that the high priestess work I do now happens with the speed of light. It happens even faster, quicker, and with more precision, clarity, and focus. So this is about 10xing your soul. This is about deeply tapping into your genius zone. And you do have one. Don't try and tell me you don't, because everybody has a genius zone. And we will find this. And when we do, this is going to be where you're going to become crystal clear, laser focused, and what you offer the world because of you, because you healed your soul. It doesn't matter what industry or field you're in, you'll be able to be a light. Like you'll go into it and people go, wow, well, you know, even if you need to learn processes and systems, it's like, well, whatever you're doing, it's like you have an unfair advantage by miles and miles and miles. So this is where you can recognize the grind's got to go, the hustle's got to go. I have no attachment to whether you join my program or not. And I'll tell you why. Because I understand that it'll be the right people that are going to join with me. And that doesn't matter if you're deciding that you don't want to do it, because we can still be friends. I will still feel connected to you regardless. What I'm saying is this is soul work. So you must detach yourself from your process, and you'll know that in your service. If you've got a product, if you've got a business, or if you're a coach, or if you're doing something out there for the world, you're going to have this point of difference, and you're going to be completely at one with people saying no to you. And this is, see, people will teach you this. You might get taught, this is the strategy, this is the process, this is the system, and it's fabulous and you need to take note of it. This is the inside work that actually activates it. Are you with me, you guys? How are you going? How are you enjoying this? So it's time to shift the people-pleasing trap and turn it into your passion and conviction. Let me tell you, I have never gone, been in a position where I have just been people-pleasing. I've been locked in the approval addict. I've been selling myself short to the devil. I've been really ripping myself off. I've never felt happy and content, and it's never had a good ending. I'm telling you the truth. I will say this, when you stand in your power and you are the light to the world, you may get some people who may move away from you, but they were always going to anyway. This just speeds it up. You may have people that might judge you at first, but just like myself, the judgment started and then it was like, whoa, have you ever heard of being so good that nobody can ignore you? Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because you will have your light, you will have your power, and eventually you will have the greatest chance of being all of you in what you want to do in your fullest expression. And I call that success. So I went from scattered mess to a converted to the messenger. What about you? What are you going to do? What are we going to do if you join this program? Because I let go of the doing. Forget the doing. Oh my gosh, I've got to do this. Have I done my 10 calls today? Have I done this? Have I worked? Have I, all of this grind and hustle. You know what? One of the biggest breakthroughs that I have is I get so much done. And I do it all, and I don't know when I've done it. It's just a process that comes from me that I'm so much more competent in doing. It's like time changed. So I was able to tap into my being, because we are human beings. We're not human doings. So you want to become the light to the world, because I know I lived most of my life crippled by fear of rejection, and I procrastinated. Do you know what I mean, guys, when I say procrastination? Some people procrastinate because they're subconsciously fearing failure, judgment, criticism, or success. Yes. Some people feel, oh, if I go too big, if I go too large, if I let the cat out of the bag, or in this case, if I let the beast come through, then who's going to love me? Who's going to accept me? And, because we play the underdog, so much. Let me tell you, you will be so much of a greater good to your loved ones, the people you serve. In fact, your service will turn into a sacred, divine service. So this is about thriving, discovering who you are, your self-worth, your self-love, and nourishing your soul. So the law of attraction, it knew. What if I told you we are in remembrance? So the past, the future, it's just time. It's just kind of an illusion, right? However, everything that happened in the past was really leading to the future. So what if I told you that I know when people do this work, because they're going to have this massive breakthrough, it doesn't matter what story they come out with, I'm like, yes, because their story becomes their glory. So me being sacked from 8 jobs in a row, feeling like a square peg in a round hole, all of the things, not feeling like I was, secure or safe, even though I had a beautiful, loving family, because they didn't want to believe that my cousin had done what he had done. I think I carried that through my life as a wound, thinking that I was unsupported, when that wasn't true. But in my subconscious, it was. Some of the times when we feel unsupported, unloved, undervalued, it is just a wound from the past. So we obviously decode all of those wounds and we rebirth you and start again. So activating your voice and creating your message and your authentic truth comes from your soul. It needs to come from within, not without. If you're going to just tell somebody else's message and you're just reading what someone else has told you, then you're going to lose that authenticity. It doesn't mean to say you can't follow systems, processes, and beautiful strategies. You can, being all of you. Because I discovered my God-given gift through my pain became my fame. So your pain can turn into your fame. Your story becomes your glory, especially if you are a coach, because the brightest candle holds the darkest shadows. Just let that land, you guys. And in fact, it's when you're in that darkness and then you crack open, that is when the light comes in. So does your past remember what your future needs? See, if you're destined for, just say you do this program and you come into yourself, right? You come into this awakening, and that's exactly why it's called an awakening. So you come in and you're this courageous, confident leader who stepped into your power. Then believe you me, your future remembered your past. However, your past also knew your future. I believe in destiny. So say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, praise you, praise you, praise you, God, because the past story became my breathe in, breathe out, my future glory. And I just ask you to keep breathing from the stomach and just keep breathing in as you take in this information and the downloads, so that the angels and your angels appointed will open up your heart and open up your wise center to make the correct and the right decision that is going to be exactly right for you, your loved ones, your service, and whatever you are doing in the world. So we're going to awaken your innate genius and become a charismatic magnetic force. Yes, I spoke to a guy today. He's probably watching. I can't see any of my viewers right now. Perhaps you can put your hand up if this is the case. And the lady I gave the testimony about, she's also within the group. This man said, Terry, I feel like since I'm doing your program, and he describes it as he went from kindergarten to university. We move quickly. But he said, Terry, it's like I have this light bulb on my head. He goes, I seem to be attracting people. He said, once upon a time, I used to try and put myself out there in front of people to be liked. He said, but people are coming to me. What is with that? This is what is with that. That guy is in the elite coaching crown. Doesn't get much better than that, you guys. However, I'm going to bring this into the awakened leader to totally wake up your magnetic, your own unique charisma. So let's release the patterns, playing on repeat, the old stories. Come on, you guys, you know this to be true. The things that you are doing, whether it's, how many leaders feel like an imposter because at home they're overeating, they're binging, or they've got these quiet little things that are going on in their lives. And let me tell you, there are no imposters because we are all humans, and I suffer too. I have my own suffering. We don't have to suffer the imposter syndrome. Instead, what we need to do is we are called as mentors, so especially coaches and light workers and people that are in a product that enhances people's, their body and their mind and their health. What this really equates to is it's your opportunity to release and to actually totally alchemize it and transmute yourself into that new energy and then mentor it and be honest. Does that make sense? How are we going, you guys? I'm just trusting you can all see everything I'm doing here. So learn to breathe life force into your mind and body and channel pure light. We're going to do a lot of breath work. We're going to do a lot of releasing and recoding. And the good news is that everything now is fast track. So everything becomes seamless, easy, and effortless. And then I teach coaches to do exactly the same thing. And so now it's a balance because there's a time to be in your playful, feminine energy where you are present, where you're fun, where you're in nature, where you've got that. And men, you have feminine energy. You do. We all have it. And then there is a time to have the perfect balance of that masculine to drive us and to move us and to motivate us, all from inspiration. So it doesn't need to seem like you have to climb that big mountain anymore, you guys. You just need to stand at the top, open up your arms and connect into the light. So this is about embodying your leadership through your own spiritual awakening. Now, just hearing all of this content is going to code you and lift you up today and really get you juicily thinking and feeling and embodying who you are. So this is an activation process, just you watching. So as you embody your leadership through your own spiritual awakening and apply that to your field, your community, your leadership, your life, you will shine like a diamond. So we're going to take you through, obviously, you will go through the healing process. You need to do that. You need to decode the wounds and the darkness that's covering up. That's what you're not showing to the world, okay? And that's why you might overeat or you might have these habits. And so those dark things in your soul are going to be created to light. You're going to channel your energy so that that energy can be shared with the world, alchemizing past wounds into your greatest power, tuning in to your pain of your story, allowing it to become your greatest glory, magnetically attracting soul-aligned clients and relationships, even with your own soulmate, even with your friendships, multiplying your influence. Well, of course, that's going to happen, right? You're going to have the influence and power because of who you are, embodying the new frequencies, living in bliss, being liberated. Liberation is just amazing. So as we go through all of this, this is going to really give you that power to claim your life. You're going to learn the breath work and the art of modalities that are going to move you through with the speed of light. So my name is Terry Messenger, and as I said at the beginning, I stand for political justice, where I believe everyone has the right to be the highest version of themselves. Everybody. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter where you've been. You see someone that is great, you admire them. You have every right to claim that greatness. So I speak my truth to raise awareness for broken people. Everyone has been broken. It's just a different extent. So when you learn how to release that trapped memory in your body, you'll stop sabotaging. You'll always have issues. Life will always happen. I'm not saying this is going to be perfect, but oh my gosh, the way you handle it. And when you get this program, if you go for the premium package, you'll get the scripts and you'll get the life mastery forever. You'll even have the ability to teach it and coach it. That's coming. I'll give that to you at the end. We're nearly there. My sacred divine service of coaching and training helps leaders, coaches, and influencers to attune into their God-given gift and be that light. So no more feeling like an imposter. No, just because you may be riddled in self-doubt, or you've got low self-esteem, or you don't think you're as good as that person or that person, let me tell you, it's time to come home. It's time to own your life. Get rid of the ghost that's been haunting you, and now allow yourself to stand in your presence, in your majestic mansion called your physical being. Say goodbye to the overthinking. No overthinking in this process. Your success is tapping into your genius. It's as simple as that. I will give you the scripts if you go premium package. If you don't go premium package, you'll have the experience. It's all coded, and you got a little snippet at the beginning of this for those of you who were here at the beginning. So it all happens with the speed of light. So your physical health and body issues will change for the better. And why is that? Why is it that people become more immune, people become stronger, people become better looking, younger? And that's because it's the inside out. Why do people become richer, more prosperous? They attract better relationships and the ability to tap into the code of money, like myself, right? That's exactly my experience. Everything I'm saying, I am the experience of this level. It's because you worked from the inside out. You weren't looking outside of yourself for the answers. You found them on the inside. So heal yourself first, and everything will be activated. Embody and embrace who you are, and you will be that light to people that are praying for you. Align your future to your higher self. Yes, the frequency, the law of success, the releasing and detachment. You don't want to be attached to anybody working with you or buying from you or coming into your existence. Even if you are broken in a relationship and you've been heartbroken, you need to know that that is a destiny, and your destiny in faith is looking out for you. So learn how to become the fullest expression and bring your full life into alignment by falling in love with your soul. I say soul because this is not an ego situation. In fact, releasing ego, coming into soul and falling deeply, truly in love with your inner soul. Your message will convert into your sacred service, and that is going to come out of your mouth. That is just going to be the way you speak. So say goodbye, de-story the imposter, de-story that little child that was wounded. It's time to become richer, juicier in your relationships, your wealth, your health, calling in your soul-aligned people, having the knowledge, having the gold, because you are gold. You are worth more than gold. So there's no value on your soul. Your soul is so precious. And you see this activation that's happening just by you listening. And I value your time, because that is why I want to activate so much for you. Whether you walk away from this today and you don't do anything, or whether you say, oh my gosh, Terry, F yeah, give it to me. I want this. I know that that's what I had to do. And, you know, I can only invite you, and then you have to do the rest. So, you know, this comes with, what I've done is I've created 2 packages. I've created a package for the awakened leader that encompasses all of the teaching, coaching, training, so that you, if you are a light worker, coach, or you have a team of people that you need to help, so that they can really get to know what you've done and they want a piece of the action, you'll have all the scripts, you'll have everything. And I've seen coaches reading scripts and reading it to someone else, and oh my gosh, it is invaluable. Okay, it is invaluable. So the scripts, the master key, everything. Some of the people that have already, they may be watching here, if you have already invested in the master key, aren't you fortunate that this is all part of your package? So I have a hybrid program, and my hybrid program allows every investment that people make now, because I'm scaling my business, I'm laser lucid focused, I know who I'm talking to, and I know what I'm doing. So when you come in and you purchase, that's secured. And if you ever want to go further and do the elite crown, so I have 4 tiers, but let's stay focused on the awakened leader. So you have the premium package with the master key, with the scripts, with a activation session with myself, and that is powerful. And, you know, you're going to go through all the codes of embodiment, the codes of influence, the codes of physical and spiritual alignment, the tapping into your intelligence, the code of liberation, the code of activation in your life mastery, the code of abundance. All of this is given to you in scripts. The foundation package gives you the experience, but you don't have any of the scripts. You don't have the master key. So I've designed it for both. Now, even if you think I want to experience this and I want to really have all of what you've said today, Terry, then you can still become part of the program. You get a low ticket item, but you still get the full experience, but you do not get the mastery and all. And believe me, that copy of scripts and master key is freaking gold, but you can come back to it later and you can invest. So what counts in life is not the mere fact that we lived, it is what difference we made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of your life. Nelson Mandela. Okay, I'm going to just really move through this. So women, you know, the light in you is going to stand out. Men, your wisdom is going to really activate. I have seen men and women shine like diamonds. So light workers who want to do the work of high priestesses, this is high priestess work. This is like the law of attraction. This is the vibrational frequency. This is all of the modalities of neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, breath work, all brought together in one package, made simple, easy, and absolutely freaking fun. So yes, we're going to raise the vibration, but I'm just going to move through this really, really fast. So what do you get? So when you come in here, I mentioned 2 packages. I mentioned the package that holds the scripts and the master key. That's the premium package. That means that you can then take it out to the world. That is incredible because that is invaluable, right? And then there's the one for the experience. So you're just in there for the experience. So there's 2 different price points. Now, no matter what price point, there is one thing that is absolutely mandatory, and I do not allow anyone to go through into my high-end, any high priestess coaching leadership role without this first. And I know a lot of training schools offer it without what I'm about to tell you. However, that's a hole in the system that I have seen, and that is that they'll teach you. A lot of people will teach you modalities and trainings and give you all these processes, but you're there just to learn, and it's like a doing thing, and it's you know, it's great and you do get a great experience and it's amazing, but people quite often, they'll walk out and they'll be overwhelmed. They don't know where to start. This is really, really juicy. This is really easy. This even for coaches that may have certain niches or business builders who have certain services, this is going to actually give you everything, but you're going to become a master if you go for the premium package at one modality that holds. And I have got so many supreme modalities like this. This has been the big breakthrough. This is going to be my point of difference in the world, because I know that I don't know anyone else who's doing this. To date, I am the only person offering a system of the greatest modalities, a creatrix of bringing everything into one that's soul aligned, and also giving people the ability to really just go out there and actually have it all, have the scripts, have the teaching, have the process. So let's get to the price, shall we? Look, I do have over 4,000 people that have come into my sacred service. That's in clinic. And 65% of them were referrals. That means someone else told them about me. Why? Because they changed profoundly. So I've taken 14 years and I've brought conscious competency in, and I have brought out in the master key the 12 greatest techniques that actually worked. Rather than you going and getting 156,000 different techniques, you get 12 and then you become a master at one. So I have countless written testimonies if you want them, and video, which I can forward to you. If you are a person who wants more evidence, I am prepared to give that to you. So when are we going to commence? We are going to hit the road running on the 28th of May, which is coming up next Thursday. Now, it's a new moon cycle, so there is an intention for this new moon to actually really give you the ability to really state what it is that you're going to be doing. Now, how often is it going to be? I will only be asking 1 hour of your time. That's all, because 1 hour can give you it's going to change your life. Every hour that you come in, it will change a huge part of your life. It'll be done over 6 weeks in the comfort of your own living room for 6 weeks. I just said that, right? Okay, so what will you receive? Premium package, master key, the 12 greatest techniques. Now that's valued at $3,700. That is the price. The revolutionizing of your life. You get the 8 wounded healing processes that you're going to heal your relationships. You're going to go through this complete healing for $1,850. Now just wait, because the price I'm offering is amazing, you guys. So stay with me, please. So you're going to get the revolutionizing of your life. You need the healing. You're going to get the master key system. You've got that for life. You're going to have breathwork activation therapy, healing training. This is high priestess work that's valued at $2,700. You will have all the scripts and the swipe files. That means that, yes, you can swipe them and utilize them and train them and be a freaking guru. This is the first time this is offered, you guys. So usually this value is $11,800. Of course, COVID-19 jumped in and I did a few changes. So then it came to $10,000. Then I brought it into premium package, you guys, $2,700. Pay in full within 24 hours, you get the premium package for $2,000. Now, stay with me, because I'm going to show you my low ticket for those who just want the experience, and you will get the experience. It will be an experience of a lifetime, and your investment will be secured. So what if you can't afford it? What if you know, Terry, I need to do this, and you literally, look, I couldn't afford it. When I went about this work, I couldn't afford it. But you know what? I made it happen. Greatest thing I ever did. Because I could afford it within 2 weeks of doing it. I changed. Everything changed. Each investment you make will be secured towards your outcome. I'm really people focused, and I feel really together at this. So to advance to the awakened leader, to unleash your gift over 6 weeks, you pay $795 in full. However, for those who have done the Life Revolutionizing Day Retreat, that's because you're going to revolutionize your life. So in short, guys, let me just say it to you. If you pay in full today, it is $500. Oh my gosh, my husband's listening. If my mum was already, my mum's not here, so that's cool. I'm sure that he understands. So there's two price points. Premium package reduced from 11,800 to 2,000 paid in full. You have the whole process. Now, not only do you get the premium package, but you also have the one-on-ones as well. And then this lower ticket. Now, I want you to know that for people who want to go to the Elite Crown, now the Elite Crown, let me just tell you in short, because I want to just put it out there that this is what I'm doing. I am now packaging people's brilliance. Yes, helping you to write clear clarity and knowing you're bringing your package in and helping you launch just like I'm doing now. So at the Elite Crown, it doesn't get any better than that. However, I do not invite just anyone into that. That is a very exclusive program, and you usually only come by way of invitation. You can always say, look, I'm interested in the Elite Crown, and then we can go on a discovery call. And if I feel that, you know, we work and that you've got some deep dreams that I feel that can really be turned into gold, because this is a reflection of me. Your success is going to reflect me. So I am very wired for success. Okay. Your success is my success. So that's why I don't offer, and I'm not offering the Elite Crown. People that are curious, you can ask. However, that really needs to be a divine appointment. But for now, two packages. You've got premium with master key, you've got scripts, you've got one-on-one, so I can do the collaboration and integration for you. And that's $2,000 today. And then you've got this low ticket item, which you come in, you get everything, the experience, you get the healing, you get everything I've just presented. But there's no scripts, guys. There's no master key. You have the full embraced experience. Now, how can you do this and make this work? I am going to drop the link into this group, and I'm going to drop the link in, so watch out for it. There will be two price points, and you'll know, because if you click the premium package, you'll get 2,000, and it's all done with PayPal. If you click the foundation experiential package, it's $500, and that's all done through PayPal. So it's nice and safe and secure. And you know, guys, your success, your outcome, and everything absolutely is my success and my outcome. And what you give, you get back. So let's take a deep breath in together as I close down. Breathe in and breathe out. And again, let's breathe in and breathe out. Now, my name's Terry Messenger, and it has been an absolute pleasure to be with you here today. Can you just place your hand on your heart and just allow yourself to get the right download? And I pray right now that the light be around all people today, that the light go into the crown of their head, and the right outcome for them, the right outcome for you, the right outcome for your life, that you will have a very clear indication that the guardian angels that are really epic on wisdom, so the guardian angels of wisdom, the guardian angels of courage, the guardian angels of rich, divine, sacred service will be all hovering around you today. And as you receive these downloads from these angels, I just ask that you be clear, you go on with your day, and you just allow your physical body, your heart, and your soul to actually tell you what the answer is. And with that, I would like to close down with a deep breath in through the nose. If you give authority to this, take your arms out, expand and receive the angels if you are okay to receive the downloads, and breathe out. Ah. And may you be truly, deeply, abundantly blessed.